Welcome to another episode of Conversations with My Sons. Today, we're going to tackle a topic with regards to active citizenry. It's a housekeeping topic, but it most in the main look into what we need to do as citizens of a country and what our responsibilities are. And I'll be having this discussion with Goseng. And today, business people, they diversify. Don't put your eggs in one basket. You put them.
What does it mean to be like an active, like South African citizen?
Okay. This is what I'm going to try to make you understand what it means to be an active citizen. Is knowing what is expected of you. You know, you're a participant in the economy. Some US president years back said, don't ask what your country can do to you. Instead, ask what I can do for my country. But it is reciprocal, that term. Like tit for tat.
Yes.
So there are things that you as a citizen, when you see they are going south, you need to say, oh, no. You understand?
Yes.
Of course, they give us this elusive thing, they call it votes, where, they say our voice is heard, every 5 years, then you choose a government and,
Yes.
But being a citizen and being active is knowing, even your Bill of Rights, knowing the Constitution. If someone is trying to do you harm, you know what to do.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that's the long and short of it.
So like if we're going to talk about it like on the economic front, talking about participating in like the global economy, and more so like even if we're going to scale it down and bring it down to South Africa and participating in that, like because I have heard you like in having like in like your conversations that you have over the phone with other people, and like after hearing that, I went and did like my own research and like saw some other things. It's like can like the banks, like say I haven't committed any like financial crimes, like any crimes, like can the banks like close my accounts, like and prohibit me from being a participant in the economy, and have that still be like is it constitutional, like per se, for that to happen?
I got you. Yeah. I once had a discussion because we were positing on something that has happened and which is unconstitutional for, let's say, a bank to unilaterally just close your, let's say, your business account. Not, me as an individual, sometimes when they've got a case that I need to answer to, yes. But with regards to a corporation, there's always a motive behind that. And hence you had me discuss that, because sometimes there's more to that than what is being purported, what is being caricatured in front of us. To close a business account of an entity, it's a big thing. Yeah, you can't just because you say you that institution poses a reputational risk. And sometimes what happens, the other banks follow suit. And that's where it gets muddy. It gets us as citizens to get involved. To say like, come on, what reputational risk warrants you to an extent that you can close a bank of, because, like I'm saying, sometimes it's more than, it's blurry.
Yes.
You can't see. You see, in South Africa, I know a lot in my country. I can't talk about Lesotho, can't talk about Zim or Namibia. I talk about South Africa because I'm a South African. Sometimes you see there are boys and girls that sing for a certain choir master, and you come into their ranks until you can become anything. But if you just can happen to be someone who doesn't belong to that orchestra, and you rise up to being, someone who is influential, they'll send you dogs, bupumba. They will hunt for you. And that's what I don't get it.
Okay, but like now I have a question then. Like in terms of the because I did my research like based on but I didn't have like any specifics to look into.
Yeah.
But like just like having like these these umbrellas in my head of like where these things may like fall into place. But like to a degree, because like banks are a business, right? Isn't it also like in the Constitution to a degree for businesses to choose who they want to do business with? Or does that like go out the window once you've already started doing business with these people? Or once you started doing business with them, and then somewhere along the lines you have a change of heart, like the company has the corporation has a change of heart, is it not in their like constitutional right to choose whether or not they want to continue doing business with these people?
Yeah, your question makes sense, but then I just want to put it into context so that you understand where this economy thing comes from. You see, I am one person who has got an account with a bank. I can go tomorrow, close it, and go open another somewhere. It's my choice. But doing business, it's something else. Of course, I do business because I'm employed and what have you, But doing business where you've got a team of engineers, okay, who works for you with different companies, and you've got a team of doctors in your corporations are big. Yes. They're multi-layered. They've got different departments, and they've got people who reports, and it's a whole lot of, and you've got business transactions from different companies that you're doing business with. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Now, you need also, as a business owner, be a global player in that regard. You know what I'm saying? You might be using a bank, but the people that work for you, they use different banks. The people that you do business, your service providers, the whole value chain, they've got different, institutions that they're dealing with. Now, this bank decides to say, no, you pose a reputational risk, then we unbank you. Just that bank, if they do that, and in South Africa, that's what I'm saying, there's this thing of some leaks. You know, there's a league that when you are not in that league, hell knows where you're gonna end up. You understand?
Yes.
If this bank closes you and they say, hey, this guy, no, we can't do business with because of ABC, they don't even give you a chance to
Fight for your cause.
you know what I'm
For your
saying?
claim,
Yeah,
yes.
and say no. You got it wrong. They just close your accounts, and that bank follows suit, and that bank follows suit. Then eventually, what happens to your business?
Crumbles.
It crumbles. And now when you take a closer look as a citizen of a country, which that can happen to you, to any other person tomorrow, you ask questions. What's happening? Is it because I don't pray like you? You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's why I'm saying, you know, you get a feeling that, you know, there are certain pockets of society that you need to belong to. If we don't find you in that space, we will send you hounds. They will come and they will come after you. And I don't get it. And I don't, not under my watch. You know what I'm saying? Hence I'm raising it. Because if people who does business in that fashion and they don't get told, then they undermine us as citizens. Because it's, you know, we say it's a democracy. You listen to me before you can act. It's you know, you can't just arbitrarily go and hang me dry there. This is business, man. If I did something wrong, to a large extent maybe, call me in. Because there's always the other side. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah. You may find that, you know, oh no, man, we shake hands, we do business, we move this country forward. Now, if, like I'm saying, what pisses me off is when this thing happen, and because I don't wear glasses, I can see. Exactly, I can see and I can tell. And I'm not going to say, oh, no, I raise it. And tomorrow someone else, there are people who have already raised it. Hence you
Yes.
heard me on the phone. Yeah, people are saying it can't be. If we say Africa, this is the time, we mean it. It's not like maybe Radlala, Riko, Mantwantwaneng. No. If we say Africa, the time is now and this is the time, hey, listen up.
In terms of like the reputational risk, like what would be an example of like a reputational risk? Like in terms of what? Like say I've got a business, it's doing, like I'm big and you're the bank. What could you sit here and tell me as like that could pose as a reputational risk that I could leave from this conversation saying, you know what, I understand or I don't understand? Like what's the justification for it be, or like what makes a reputational risk?
Yeah, is you see, it might come from a point where people, you know, at that level, might say the money that you generate, okay, comes from devious operations. They might even say the proceeds that you make fund some organizations that are not ethically correct in their definition. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They will. It's about conjecture. They will formulate something that will smear you. That will put you to say like, okay, even there, you see, business has got what we call values. Business is an entity, is a living organism. So we build values around a business to say this business stands for this. I'm trying to answer your question. And then you put them up there, and the people that are with this business, they must live up to this value. Some people say integrity, transparency, Ubuntu, all this,
Yes.
Yeah. Now, they will say your values don't speak to their values, as, a business as well. So that's where the reputational risk comes in. Banks can be involved at some point. They will say they were involved in manipulation of the rand, and they just slip on the wrist, pay 100 million or whatever. Hey, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Hey, to close a bank of a business, you affect a lot of people. Imagine if the institution has got, like I just said, has got accountants, has got,
Doctors,
engineers.
Like a lot of subdivisions.
Yes, different, and today, business people, they diversify. You don't put your eggs in one basket. You put them. These people are into everything, into construction. They build malls. They, to get a mall up and done, people flocking in there, enjoying themselves. You need a lot of different people in terms of resources.
Okay, now it begs the question now that say one bank doesn't want to work with me, and all of the other banks follow suit, like in the country, like all of the major players, like all of the quote unquote major banks, they all follow suit, and I find myself in a position as a corporation.
Unbankable.
Unbanked. Like, what does that mean? Like, ultimately for
the business.
Yeah, like say I'm still doing work and 1, 2, 3. Because say my the reputation that I've been able to build for myself is still withheld with the people that I do business with. What does it mean now? I've done business. Say I get a tender. I get this tender, 100 million, and it's time for me to get paid. How is it going to work?
That's why your question, when you say what does it mean, it means close shop. Because who's going to pay you how? How are you going to pay your people? You understand?
Yes.
Yeah, it's close shop. They killed you. And the people that depend on the people that depend on you. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Because you're doing business with other people. You pay people, not individuals. You pay companies, maybe per month, 500 million rand. Or the transaction, that the money that exchange hands within your spider web, the business people that you interact with. You find that, on a monthly basis, there's around 500 million rand that exchange in their accounts, paying this,
Yes, sir.
We're talking different banks. Now, none of these banks want you.
In terms of that now, a solution. Say you let me know how viable this would be, but things that aren't controlled by the banks per se, like Bitcoin maybe. Would it be possible to start dealing having my business dealings done with Bitcoin as opposed to physical cash, or is that just not viable right now for South Africa?
Not only in South Africa, not as it stands right now. It's a far cry. It's gonna happen, but it's still a far cry for now. And in the next, we still use paper, cash. We still use cash, and some people want us to go cashless. But I don't want to deviate. I just wanted to put into context what you had me discussing with the blog on the other side, and how to be an active citizen, because it will mean eventually, as citizens, we must take a stand and tell these people, you can't deal us like this. Because really, come on, do your thing as a business. Forget maybe, shall I say, politics. We come from far, and people sometimes try to play that down, that we know worse things that happened. Now you want to bring them indirectly, and we must just, no. People must just open their eyes where they need to intervene, or where we need to intervene. We intervene, and then everybody's happy.
But what does an intervention look like in terms of say a bunch of us, we look at a situation, especially maybe this one that you were talking about. We look at the situation that's happening with these banks, and we say that it's wrong. What can the ordinary guy, say me, what could I do to make it known and actually affect a change with me voicing it? What could be done?
Exactly what we're doing now, because you engage in me and I tell you what is happening. You understand? Now you get someone whom you can engage with on a topic like this, and then it becomes a felt fire. People knows about it. Banks eventually knows about it. Hey, this guy. You see, people think that government is Ramaphosa and whoever we government. But sometimes people, because they take us for granted that we are not enlightened. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah. We just whatever was already back. What you said so. They're just clutching us. But no. They need to know. Once they hear us talk about it, they will know, oh, come on, no. And I'm saying, do your thing. You're a business, do your thing. People who does transport, they must just do what is right. I know there will be some, corners that people like to cut, but some of the things that you do, man, think about us as a people, as a country, and do them courageously, knowing that you're doing the right thing. If you come with all these meanders, not now, not tomorrow. I mentioned something. I said we come from far. We know what can go wrong. No one can tell us. We know. And we don't want that when we move forward. Clean business. If there are issues, that's what I like about this country. We sit around the table here. We sort it out. When we walk out that door, we found each other. But to come with all these flimsy excuses, no. And I know what's at stake, unfortunately. Or maybe they will say fortunately. I know why. But that's a subject for another day. Thank you, my boy.
Thank you, Dave.
Okay.
Shout out.
This was another episode of Conversations with My Sons. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our pages. As you like and follow our page, that's how we will grow. And for that, I thank you.